I'm Deborah Borchardt with your midday market update. Well, here we are once again in a rally mode. We got to get our rally caps on because I guess Dow 15,000 is going to be left in the dust if we keep up with this rate. I'm here with Keith Bliss from Cuttone. So this is crazy. I mean, we're coming back from a holiday weekend. Normally things are quiet, kicking off summer. And here we are again. Right now, the Dow is up 183 points.
Yeah, again, if you sold in May and went away, you missed an awful lot of gains right in here. And you and I were just talking earlier. I mean, it is Tuesday, so why not? I mean, this will be the 20th straight Tuesday that the Dow has gained if we hold on to this rally right now. But clearly what's happening and I think what's happening every Tuesday that we've seen is that we get some, even if we roll into the weekend on some bad news on a Thursday or Friday or some weakening news like we had last week, the policymakers have the whole weekend to right the ship a little bit, come out and say they're going to flood the market with more cash again and everything's going to be okay. That's precisely what Prime Minister Abe did over the weekend and yesterday with the Bank of Japan. People are now firmly believing that the Fed will keep the spigot firmly turned on for the foreseeable future. So right now it is a total risk-on day. Buy everything with both hands and just step back and let it ride higher.
Well, it also doesn't hurt that you have earnings from a company like Tiffany that's saying that their high-priced items with the low margin is what's moving. Normally we talk about the silver market for them, you know, the cheaper stuff. They're saying the high-priced stuff is what's going. Their sales were up across the board, all regions. So that was, you know, it's just one company, but it's pretty good.
Well, they're certainly putting some gasoline on the fire, so to speak, today. But Tiffany's always been a company that's done pretty well throughout this modest or meek recovery that we've had. All the money that's been sloshing around the system and the global financial system has been making its way to the high net worth people and into the corporations. So they've continued to do pretty well. I tend to look at what companies like Walmart and Target and Costco and some of those companies are telling us. Their sales were not great this earnings season, but even still, what you say is true. People take a look at Tiffany and they say, well, gosh, you know, things must be okay. The higher end, they're spending money. There's going to be more money flooding the marketplace right now. Let's get ahead of the trade. And what we're seeing that is today in the economically sensitive sectors, healthcare, financials, consumer discretionary, they are all rallying very hard today while utilities are pulling back. Interest rates go up, and more money in the system. You're going to see those high dividend payers and companies like utilities pull back, and money will roll into those economically sensitive sectors.
It's also kind of interesting, too, because as we've seen, the price of oil started to go up this morning. A lot of concern over these Middle East tensions, and yet you're not even hearing much about that today. And normally that would be a big issue. We would be talking about how, you know, the Syrian war has been stepped up and my goodness, and oil's going up, and it seems like that's just been kind of tossed off.
Well, my sense is that the market, and talking to a lot of clients, they almost have crisis fatigue when it comes to the geopolitical environment right now. And they, you know, we've been down this path before with other hotspots around the world. Things seem to get taken care of without any real flare-ups that are going to disrupt the oil supply or the energy supply around the world. Plus, the other thing which really blunts that argument right now is oil production here in the U.S., despite what may be happening with any kind of policy directives coming out of the EPA, the Energy Department of the White House. Oil production is up dramatically while gasoline consumption in this country is down a little bit. So energy prices will maneuver back and forth, but it's not giving this market any pause at all.
All right, well, there you have it. That's what's happening in the midday on Tuesday. Keith's right. You better not have sold in May and gone away, because you would have losing a lot of this income that's coming in this rally. That's Keith Bliss from Cuttone, and I'm Deborah Borchardt with The Street.